All right, remember the University of Colorado professor was fired for comparing 9/11 victims to Nazis? Well, Ward Churchill is still holding classes of sorts on the university campus. What's up with that? Joining us now, David Horowitz. He is the editor of FrontPageMagazine.com. He's also the author of the book Indoctrination U. Thanks for being with us. So, David, what's going on here?
Well, Ward Churchill actually was fired because a panel of professors ruled in a 170-page report that he had plagiarized, made up historical events, and lacked the attitude of a scholar. What's going on here is an example of the way the political left, the extremist left, can intimidate a university. They have control over their classrooms. They don't have to provide a classroom for Churchill to, do these lectures. It's organized by students in the Ethnic Studies Department. You have to understand the entire Ethnic Studies Department hired, promoted, and elected Ward Churchill chairman of the department, and supports him and has the same views that he does, which is that America is a Nazi nation and the terrorists are freedom fighters.
So in other words, David, what's happening here is, I mean, the students can't get credit for this, but they're holding these seminars and they're inviting Ward Churchill on campus as sort of the guest speaker, and, up to 75 students are attending these sessions.
Well, that just shows how our students have been brainwashed in these universities. They don't understand what scholarship is. They think that critical thinking is anti-Americanism. That's what they think.
Let me stop you there on that phrase, critical thinking. I'm all for that and diversity of opinion, because going to college is not just about learning information, it's learning how to think and reason. You cannot get that from a guy like Ward Churchill, who spews misinformation and fraud, can you?
No, and look, that whole department is a political department. It's not a scholarly one. In our universities today, students do not get books on both sides of a controversial issue. And teachers like Ward Churchill, they proselytize. They're preachers. They're not teachers. They're not teaching students how to think. They're telling them what to think, and the message they're sending is an anti-American, pro-terrorist message, and that is a tragedy for our country.
In your judgment, Ward Churchill is emblematic or symptomatic or indicative of the kind of pervasive liberalism that infects college campuses in America?
I wrote a book called The Professors, in which I estimated that 10% of liberal arts faculties, about 60,000 professors, teach the kind of doctrines that Ward Churchill is teaching and don't allow students in their classes to have access to materials that would make them critical or allow them to weigh both sides of these issues.
I just don't understand how anybody in their right mind would listen to a guy who falsified and plagiarized, but that's just me. David Horowitz, thanks very much for being with us. Good to see you. Thank you.
Thank you.